Hey all, it's me again. And today in my health corner, we're going to discuss how come one becomes ill every month or very often for that matter. I try to think of the main reasons so that this video is not going to be too long or too tiring, and most importantly that we can all remember the actual reason in order to contribute to better health. So I sum it up in three letters: S-P-S. What does it stand for? S for sleep, P for poor diet, and another S for stress. And I'm going to elaborate on each one of them. In regards sleep, in modern life, what happens is that we live in a very hectic way. We go out, we sit in front of screens very late at night. We don't emphasize and put enough attention on our good night sleep. And that divides also to few departments. First of all, we go to sleep too late and wake up too early. Second, we don't make sure that we sleep in between midnight and 6 a.m., which are kind of important hours for our body to regenerate. And third, we are very much occupied with life and with survival and with how to make progress with life, that we take our thoughts into bed. So even when we do fall asleep, we don't sleep well. Our sleep quality is low, what damages our immune system as the body regenerates organs, hormones, and all kind of things when we think everything is asleep. So what shall we do in order to solve this and in order to better and improve our immune system and therefore our health and prevent becoming ill every other month? First of all, try to avoid sitting in front of your smartphones and computers at least 3 or 4 hours before going to bed. Even better if you manage to do it 5 hours before going to bed. Just let your eyes rest. Let all the neurons rest. Your nerve system go into ease and fall into sleep. That's one way to do it. Another thing I would recommend is sleeping hygiene. Sleeping hygiene divides into two. One is maintaining clean sleeping environment, total darkness, clean sheets, quiet area, and some air. It can be either an open window or, if that's not possible, an aircon or a fan. And second is personal hygiene. I read some researches that indicated that if you take warm shower before bed, it increases our blood flow and then drops it. And once the blood pressure drops, we are more able to get into sleep. So by doing that, we can enable a good night's sleep. And another way to improve our sleep quality is let's go into stressful calls or do worrying things before we go to sleep. What do I mean? I mean that if your dear mother gets on your nerves, speak to her at 4 p.m. and not an hour before you go to bed. Love your mom. Mommy is important, but not to make us stress before sleep. Other than this, I would just postpone every important and stressy decision for nighttime. I would just wake up in the morning, make myself a cup of tea or coffee, whatever you like, and solve your problems. They will wait for you for tomorrow. Just concentrate on relaxing and allowing yourself to sleep. Second reason for why we're getting ill so often is poor diet. And by saying poor diet, I don't mean that you have to be the most perfectionist veggie eater, organic eater in the world. The name of the game is balance. It doesn't mean that you have to give up on things you love. It doesn't mean that you have to give up on your weekly treat of burger or pizza or whatever you define as cheat meal or indulging yourself with. It does mean that you should pay attention to what you eat. You should make sure you combine fruits and vegetables in your diet, fresh, not frozen, preferably. Frozen can be used in some places. Fresh are the best. Make sure you get vitamin C inside your food. Make sure you get enough protein in your food. Just, you got such an amazing tool these days. Google is a good friend of ours. Every time you think, what shall I eat today that will be healthy and beneficial with my immune system? Type it on Google, look for it. You can read articles in my blog. I also write about what can help us boost this, boost that. But just, be proactive in regards what you put in your mouth and what you drink. Try to avoid sugary beverages in general, or use more natural sweet beverages actually. If you like the sweet taste, you got honey. You can use honey in several places, of course, under the understanding that you can use honey. For babies, for example, honey is a disaster and it's not allowed for infants. And up to a certain age, but you can read that online or advise your physician. And you can just combine the things you love that can be also healthier. Make sure you eat organized. Make sure you eat 3 meals a day. Make sure you have breakfast. Breakfast is very important. Make sure you drink enough water. Water are between 70 and 80% of our body. Imagine what it does to your immune system if you do not drink enough, or you do not provide your body with the good, solid ingredients to build all the hormones and everything that your body needs in order to protect you from viruses, from germs, from other illnesses, from pains, and for building good muscles to protect your organs. So that was about food. Now we're left with our last S, which is stress. Our best friend, stress, in this modern world. Yeah, it is a big deal, because even if we don't want to be stressed, even if we choose to be calm and not to get ourselves into stress, life up until a few weeks ago was so stressful, because once you wake up, you're in a race of providing yourself. You find yourself in surviving mood a lot. You need to compete with others. The internet has contributed a lot to stress, because everything is regaining renewal of electronics and lust shout about this, about that, and you find yourself in contest all the time. That is very stressful. Life is not becoming cheaper, which is also stressful. Air pollution creates unconscious stress in our cells. We are not even aware. Even if we are happy, jolly, smiling, sleeping, we are under stress just by existing, because there is a very high air pollution and free radicals, which I'll leave to my next video. However, bottom line, all of us are under huge stress. On top of all, we go to sleep thinking about all the stress. So once we close our eyes, we just continue the stress, because the body is still awake. The brain is working very hard at night, I think even harder than during the day. So what we do is that we provide ourselves with free 24/7 stress. What do we do in order to release stress? The answer is even more simple than you think. There aren't shortcuts. Sport activity releases stress. It can be Pilates, yoga, simple stretching, aerobic, jumping, bending, sit-ups, pull-ups, whatever you choose to do, just do. Breathe. get all the poison out, release stress, put yourself a bit under stress, because doing sport activity is getting into some sort of muscle physical stress, but then get released, and you get released by releasing dopamine and other amazing hormones. Sport activity. You don't like to call it sport? Call it cleaning. Clean your house. You don't want to call it cleaning? Okay. Go up and down your stairs 10 times a day. That's activity. Be active. Keep movement. Another small advice in regards releasing of stress. Try to disconnect yourself. Just try to disconnect yourself sometimes. Turn off your cellular phones. Turn them off for an hour, for 2 hours. Try and see, it will help you a lot. Meditate. If you are able to sit still and just be, just try to not think of anything, that's amazing. Because what you do is kind of a restart to your nerve system. By not thinking, by clearing your head, clearing your mind, you enable a renewal of nerval flow. Very good thing to do. However, some people find it hard to stay still. Find your own meditation, I say. If for you meditation is putting music on and just dancing in your living room, dance in your living room. Do whatever ticks you, as long as you do. And breathe. Don't forget to breathe. I know that this advice sounds like a cliche. It is a cliche because it's very true and was used so many times. But most of us don't know how to breathe properly. You think you know how to breathe. Not necessarily. Sometimes you just think you breathe when you don't. So every now and then, just sit with yourself like I'm doing with you right now. We can do it together. Just let for 10 seconds everything go. And do this. You can do it with me. You can do it on your own. As long as you do it, I'm happy. And if you wish to do it on a daily basis, you're more than welcome to watch my videos, stretch and yoga. I do a 10 minutes easy for all people, levels, stretch and breathe. Hope you find this information useful. If you do, please subscribe. I upload here and then things that are very relevant for our daily life and for our health. Ciao.